Alcohol not only damages our liver, and when it is saturated we age faster and get sick more quickly. No, you also can see it in the skin and the overall appearance. Today I would like to share with you what happens energetically when you consume alcohol. Hello dear friends, welcome to a new Planet of Love video. Today I want to share with you why I haven't drank alcohol for over 10 years and why I would recommend everyone to stop drinking alcohol. So what happens when we drink alcohol? As a clever young being, you see things that not everyone sees. You see angels, deceased souls and dark entities, demons. Just like Jesus taught long ago, there are dark forces and we must be careful in our daily lives not to open ourselves up to them or allow ourselves to be influenced or manipulated by them. Alcohol is a gateway for dark entities. There are certain things that are harmful for our bodies and that open doors for dark beings. You can imagine it like this. We all have an energy field around us, our aura. And when you drink alcohol, your tear holes into that aura. Through these holes, dark forces can enter. They can influence you, manipulate you, or even enter your body and stay within you for a long time, slowing you down in life. They can cause depression, make you doubt yourself constantly. The devil is doubt. Certainty, trust, and love are God. Life will simply become harder for you. You will be clouded by these entities and won't realize that you may not be treating others well, because there is this fog over everything. And sometimes we go through situations in life where this fog suddenly lifts and we finally realize what we've been doing or not doing for so long. That's why I want to encourage you not to hold yourself back on your life path, not to let these entities drain your energy, and to stop drinking alcohol. I also would like to share a story with you, what was really intense for me. I know some people might not understand the story, but I want to share it anyway, to show you what can happen when you drink alcohol, or what happens to many people without them even noticing. When I was in my early 20s, I was invited to a friend's house. And at this time she had a boyfriend, a Tunisian man. I was there talking to them, and during our conversation he looked at me and said he might need my help. I said, okay, no problem. My friend eventually stepped out to check on her animals and I was left alone with her boyfriend. Then we moved into another room to sit down. That's when I heard a voice saying, "Could you close the curtains?" I instantly felt that I was not longer speaking with her boyfriend, but that another force was present. I was about to walk over to the curtains, but instead I felt the need to open them and let the light in. I said, "No, I will let the light in." Then the voice through her boyfriend said to me, "You don't stand a chance." At that moment, I knew for sure I was talking to a demon, not a person. I said, "The light is stronger." At that moment, I called for help inwardly, and I felt an incredible number of beings of light rush toward me. I felt an immense power, incredible strength. And then energetically, with my thoughts, my awareness, I focused on where this entity was sitting inside him and tried to push it out of his body. It was a battle. It was exhausting. It took a lot of concentration, strength and energy. I succeeded. But I hadn't thought about where this entity would go afterward. Because I wasn't prepared, the being then entered my body. And you cannot imagine, within 1 second, my light-filled being, my inner joy and love turned into heaviness, sadness, and depression to such a degree that I thought, my God, how did this man live with this energy inside him for so long? I went to the phone feeling helpless. I called a friend and said, something just happened. This entity entered me. She said, okay, go outside. So I went outside. We were in the countryside in a little village. And she told me, you need to find a stone. And you won't believe it, right outside the door was a huge boulder. She said, you need to scream the entity into the stone. So I did it. I screamed this being, this demon, into the stone. And I had never experienced anything like that in my life. It wasn't my voice that came out, it was a monster voice. It was a scream of a monster, something that could never have come from me. It frightened me deeply, but I also felt that the entity had transferred into the stone. Later, my friend's boyfriend came to me and said, I'm so incredibly thankful to you. Ever since I drank alcohol for the first time, I felt like I wasn't truly living, like I wasn't really here. Since then, I felt completely clouded, and now that fog is completely gone. I was grateful I could help this person, but it was also the most extreme experience I've ever had. It truly was like something out of an exorcism movie. And there are so many people out there who think that it's all just made up and that it doesn't really exist. There are many people who lost their connection to their feelings or who have closed the door so tightly to this kind of reality that they can no longer sense or perceive it. I want to gently open you up to this, to raise awareness just like Jesus did, because there are entities, there are demons, they are around us all the time, sometimes even within us. They manipulate, they try to trap us in situations that are not good for us, that drain a lot of time and energy. Some people wake up after 10 years and ask themselves, what did I actually do for the last decade? They weren't really present, they didn't even realize life was passing them by. They may not have truly achieved anything or felt any deep happiness. Instead, they lived a life filled with pain and frustration. I want to tell you that you can protect yourself from these beings. You can ask God for protection. You can ask Him to remove and cast out any entities within or around you. You can ask for protection every single day. And if you don't feel protected yet, if there's still something within you, then people will be sent to you who can help you to free yourself from these entities. And these dark beings are connected to situations that we all know are not good. If you cheat on someone, for example, demons attach themselves to you and the other person. They steal your energy you could use to create happiness in your own life, to achieve something, to contribute something positive for the world. If you take drugs, your energy drops and your progress in life will slow down, and you won't progress as quickly or as well on your path. You won't be as happy as you could be. And I speak from experience. I have come a long way in terms of cleansing. There's a peace, a calm, and a happiness that you can feel deep within that you may never have felt before, and it can only be given to you by Jesus or God. So my recommendation is pray daily. Give thanks to God for peace. Thank Him for protecting you from dark forces. Ask Him to show you where in your life you might be opening doors that allow these beings to connect with you and gain power of you. You can decide right now that these forces no longer have power over you. They will fall to the ground. And you can make this choice again every day. All that is foreign, all that is dark, leaves my body now. And only love and that which serves the light and God may remain in my body and energy field. It is a decision you can and must make if you truly want to be happy. The darkness always attaches itself to where you still have a shadow. They exploit your unconsciousness. They try to hold you captive in your fears, pain, old wounds, or even in unhealed desires and longings, because they feed on your suffering. So it is important that you heal as much of your own issues as possible. Forgive yourself for your mistakes and ask for spiritual support to help you see and heal everything so that you can reach your highest consciousness and greatest awareness. And in this way, more and more entities will leave and no longer have power over you, for you have become stronger and live the one divine truth and clarity.